Have you ever had someone thank you for something you don't remember doing? I was buying coffee at my usual spot when this woman approached me. Mid-40s, professional clothes, tired eyes. She stared at me for a moment before speaking. You're Ruby, right? Ruby from the suicide hotline? My blood went cold. I'd never worked at a suicide hotline. Never even volunteered for one. I was about to correct her when she grabbed my hands. You saved my daughter's life 3 years ago. October 15th, around midnight. She was 17, had pills lined up on her bathroom counter. You talked to her for 2 hours. I stood there frozen. October 15th, 3 years ago. I would have been deep in my bartending phase, probably serving drinks until 3 a.m., definitely not manning any hotline. I'm sorry, but I think you have me confused with, no, I'd recognize your voice anywhere. You told her about missing your brother's funeral because you were too scared to face it. How you sat in a Denny's parking lot for 6 hours instead. Said running from pain doesn't make it disappear, just makes it follow you longer. My stomach dropped. I had missed my brother's funeral. I had sat in a Denny's parking lot, but I'd never told anyone that story. Not my therapist, not my best friend, nobody. The woman continued, tears streaming. You told Lily that 17 felt like forever but was actually just the prologue, that she hadn't even met the person she was going to become yet. Those were thoughts I'd had, almost word for word, but spoken aloud to a stranger on a suicide hotline I didn't remember working for. She's 20 now, the woman said. Pre-med at State, has a girlfriend who makes her laugh. She volunteers at that same hotline because someone named Ruby taught her that the darkest moment isn't the end of the story. What else did I say? You talked about working at a bar called Murphy's. How you watched people drink away their problems every night, but they always came back worse. Murphy's. I had worked there 3 years ago. The timeline fit perfectly, but I had no memory of any hotline, any Lily, any conversation that saved someone's life. I don't remember, I admitted. I'm sorry, but I don't remember any of this. Instead of getting upset, she smiled sadly. The coordinator warned me this might happen. Said you'd been going through your own crisis back then. Said trauma can make us forget things, especially good things we do while we're drowning. She showed me a photo on her phone. A young girl with bright eyes. This is Lily now. She says she owes her life to a stranger who sounded like she was crying the entire time but kept talking anyway. Crying the entire time. That triggered something. A vague memory of a particularly bad night. October 15th, 2 days after what would have been my brother's birthday. I'd been drunk at home. My phone had rung. Wrong number maybe? But I answered. Was I drunk? I asked quietly. The woman nodded. The coordinator said you'd called the hotline yourself first. They could tell you'd been drinking, so they couldn't put you through as a counselor. But then you insisted you were fine, that you just wanted to help someone else. They were short-staffed, it was late, and you saved my daughter's life. I sat down hard on a nearby bench. I've been looking for you for 3 years, she said. The hotline wouldn't give me your information, but Lily remembered you saying you got coffee at this place every morning before your library job. We've been coming here for months. Library job. I'd worked at the downtown library for exactly 6 months after Murphy's. Everything lined up except my memory. What else did Lily remember? You told her about a tattoo you were going to get for your brother. A paper airplane on your wrist because he always made them when he was anxious. I rolled up my sleeve. There it was. The paper airplane tattoo I'd gotten 2 years ago, not remembering why I'd finally found the courage. Can I meet her? I asked. Within minutes, a young woman rushed through the door. She looked healthy, alive, nervous. Hi, Ruby, she said softly. You probably don't remember me, but you taught me that sometimes the bravest thing we can do is just keep talking, even when we don't have answers. I didn't remember her voice, didn't remember the conversation, but somehow, in my darkest moment, drunk and grieving, I'd apparently said exactly what someone needed to hear. Thank you, Lily said, for being human with me when I needed to remember that humans can survive impossible things. I hugged her then, this stranger I'd saved without remembering. Sometimes we leave marks on the world we never know about. Sometimes our worst nights become someone else's lifeline. Sometimes we save people while we're drowning, and the universe just forgets to tell us we were swimming all along.